while still trying to think about and execute what's going to happen over that next lane. Starters gunners in the air, ladies and gentlemen. Open ski relay final, Emma away, and as we saw in the last one, bottom of the screen is the best alley there. Top of the screen, Mitchell Trim going there with Manly there as well. Noah Havard on the outside on that red ski, pushing really hard. But these guys will want to try and find a nice little V shape there. Lockie Tame is looking to lead that out, but guess what? Mitchell Trim's no. I'm leading this puppy out there as well, ladies and gentlemen. Getting out nice and early. We saw that with the first under 19 skis, we did get a bit of a drag and there was a bit of crash and bash, which we like to say on that first can, and these guys will be all over that, ready to go.
And how good is that? We're seeing 2 Newport caps in screen. Obviously, that's only half the field. Northcliffe starting to feature, Manly in there as well. This is where it gets exciting. They need to hit that first can. Obviously, Lockley Tame is going to be the widest on that first can as everybody starts to come in together. But gee, Mitch Trim looks good at that start. He's just renowned for it.
Looking so good. Noah Havard there. He's the new kid on the block. Took out a couple of titles at the state titles, Open and the under 19s. He's leading off the North Bondi team.
And this is where it is. We've got Avoca, Newport and Northcliffe. A few of our early picks as expected, but on the inside there, the good line, that is Noah Havard. That's Ali Day from Surfers on the orange pinky ski in the mix as well. Obviously, this is where I loved... Oh,
Karumba's
he's
missed
the
it.
can! No! Oh, that is devastating.
And we did say that, didn't we? There's been a slight little drag there. You just can't get that too far to the right, boxed out, and that's race over for Karumba.
Is he having rudder troubles, or did he just get pushed too far in?
There's a bit of a smirk. I think there might have just been just got pushed in that tiny little bit there.
Oh, Harold, we're sitting here with our head in our hands. I feel so terrible here, but that shows you the pressure that is on it and the mistakes that you can make that will just ruin your and your team's championship.
And you can't make mistakes, and these guys at the front have not made any yet. So at the moment we've got a sort of clear 5 to 6 there, but there's a big runner coming up from behind. These elite athletes won't be able to pull down the front of that one,
as
and it looks like the one behind is going
to
one behind's probably just going to snubble those up. So we're looking at your top 7 there at the moment, ladies and gentlemen.
So good. And this is where it really, you can see where they are when they're in those lulls, when the waves aren't coming through, they're really having to lift their rating. You can see the strain on their faces right now. They are pushing for absolutely anything to come through, but this is the danger zone now. This is where we can see the pack out the back. There's not a lot coming, but this is where they could really start to pick up and just ruin everybody else's day.
And there we have it, just stand up that little bit there. Maximum rate there. Looks like the Burley Heads Mowbray Park grey ski of Bailey Johns just coming through there as well.
Oh, Northcliffe
so it's
getting
going to
swallowed.
be.
Oh, now this is devastating, but this is what we want. We've got Northcliffe. That's Matt Bevilacqua out the back. BHMP, Avoca, Newport, Northcliffe, Surfers Paradise. They've seen what happened in the girls. They know they need to stay on their feet as long as possible. But I tell you what, it's Mitch Trim leading them around from Northcliffe, from Newport, Northcliffe in there. Lockie Tame, those little legs going so fast. Oh, the race starts again now.
That's it. Let's reset. Let's start again. Number 2, big shoulders all around there. Everyone's still on their feet, getting through. Paddler number 2. Let's restart again and see what happens.
I tell you what, and this is where we'll see these guys just absolutely explode off the beach. We can see there's a few little waves starting to come through. They are just going to skip over the top of them. These guys are so fast on this craft. Newport has had a fantastic start. Avoca as well. That might be is that Riley out? I've got to pick the skis as well. But look, this pack has not broken up. Basically, that group that came around the transition and the turning flags, still all bunched up together. This is an exciting, exciting race.
There's 9 already ready to go. So race number 2, we're going to call this. The
race
first leg is now done. Race 2 is on top 9, and it looks as if we've got Avoca leading out there. There might be Pete Mitchell, and we're going to come home with Riley Fitzsimmons there. But this is going to be on Jimmy Walker there on the red ski, doing it for the old guys. He had a couple of wins yesterday at the Masters, ready to go. And why not have Newport in 2nd and 3rd there?
Well, yeah, Newport 2 and 3 looking really, really strong at the moment. And this is where we see the depth of some of the clubs that are starting to come through. And this is where we see the strength of the clubs come through in the taplins as well, where we see, 6 guys in a taplin. If you've got A, B and C teams in there, it just shows that everybody out of the woodwork wants to have a big race at Aussies as we come through.
Bragging rights,
on
points,
offer,
medals, everything. So it looks like the guys are on a nice little rhythm there at the moment. They would have seen what happened at last one. Just trying to get in nice and tight as possible there. Try and box out that other guy. Play a little bit of tactics in there as well. And then on the outside. But at the moment, Avoca just with it looking nice and comfortable at the front.
Just coming through there. Again, this is where we saw Karumban just absolutely devastated. Tried to just take it that little bit too far and miss the can completely. Of course, you have to come back. You have to go around the can. But again, the speed that these competitors are flying past, it's all over.
Yep. So they've got around past that apex, and then the afterburners are rolling, trying to get that maximum rate. As we can see, the last few guys coming around that first can. And then when we get to pan out, we'll be able to see what's happening with these finishers coming through, spread out, trying to find the different lines to pick up where the runners were. And they would have watched that in the last few races. Where's it best? Is it best left? Is it best right? Or is it in the middle? And we really haven't seen too much, I guess, disparity with where, I guess, the waves are coming in.
And here we go. We can see Newport still going so strongly out in front at the moment. And this is where we can see some of the competitors starting to go a little bit wider. They feel like they have seen something that they're going to back their race chances. And I think that's going to pay out for him right now. It does mean that he will have to run a little bit further once they hit the beach. He's on the outer there. But maybe, I want to say 4 will get through this nice little runner.
So we started with
9 to 4.
9 to 4 is where we're at.
And how good's that? 2 Newport on the line right now. Northcliffe still in the mix. Avoca, your early pick as well. And this is where we start to line up, okay, who's your last paddler? How strong are they feeling? Are they ready to go? Because, you know, these guys are going to be giving it everything. That they're going to be absolutely cooked by the time they do that tag. And this is where it gets interesting. Who's going to stay on their feet the longest, or who's going to stay paddling the longest to get around that transition?
So we've seen over the summer, the Newport guys have had some really good results. Same with the guys from Northcliffe. But noting that Riley Fitzsimmons for Avoca will be in there. He is the current reigning Australian champion. We've seen the race he had at Broadbeach in the 1,000,000-foot surf that was absolutely hectic.
That was crazy.
And then he's going to be the last one out there ready to go. So here we have it, ladies and gentlemen. Last leg, last paddlers, 9 into 4. Who was going to take out the title?
Oh, this is huge. And have a look. Newport on the right-hand side has exploded off the beach as he gets held up a little bit there by the whitewater transition coming through. That's Isaac from Newport, our 3rd Newport team coming through. Mermaid Beach, Tugun and Manly as they head around. So these are our minor places, but look, the speed is still on. We can see another North Bondi coming around, Manly, and BHMP just edging around the transition. But this is where it's on. You'll see an immediate change of pace once that 3rd paddler starts. They're fresh, they're ready to go. And this is what they're looking at out to sea. Just yellow singlets everywhere, and everyone wants an Aussie gold medal.
Everyone wants an Aussie gold medal, but you're not going to be handed one. You're going to have to earn it.
At the front.
So the boys sucking it in, but it's going to be we're out and 1 on the water as our leaders make their way to that first can. So Avoca, Northcliffe, and then we've got the double barrel Newport there, ready to go. So it is going to come down. Can New South Wales take out the podium, or can Northcliffe
our one
take it
little
out?
Queensland team in the mix at the moment, and this is where it's so tough. Like, there's nothing. I don't want to say there's nothing as disappointing as coming forth at Aussies, but it is really tough when you're so close. 1, 2, and 3 get something to take home, and you're just you've got your chocolate medal, as they say. And here we go. It's going to be Avoca first around the can. Northcliffe, though, edging the inside. But, again, no dramas for the team here. Newport and Newport 3 and 4. And this is where we'll reset as well, because as soon as they hit that apex can, this is where they will have the first crack at the runners and hopefully trying to turn that into a wave. That is the next teams coming through, 5th and 6th. That is Redhead and Khan Karadag, who we saw in action earlier.
Let's go again.
Why not? When you're paddling that well in juniors, you're going to get a call up to the opens as well.
But we just saw as they came around that apex there, Riley Fitzsimmons opened up that lead just that little bit more as we come around. So we're looking at the minor placings there, and these guys at the front will now be hammering, ready to take out that title. So as we panned out earlier before, we can just see Avoca with a massive lead there at the moment.
Look.
Half a wave building up underneath, and the guys from Newport are wanting to push through. But ladies and gentlemen, this is Olympian level activity on the water. Riley Fitzsimmons pushing so hard on that interceptor, wanting to pull down the front of this wave, and you're going to have to shut the gate, ladies and gentlemen, because that is why this young man is getting it done.
And that is so good. And you could see he had that little grin on his face. He knew the moment that he pulled down that one, if he could get there. And geez, he put the work in around the cans, around the course to get that tiny little runner, turned it into a wave. So excited for the Avoca crew now. The big smiles coming through. There will be some high fives on the beach as he comes through transition. Congratulations, Avoca.
This means something to them. Look at that. High fives
means
are
everything.
there. Means everything. So these guys, they've gone through their nippers ranks together down at the Avoca Club. They've all moved their different separate ways and different career paths and all that, but they'll have nothing more than putting the green A on their sluggos to take out the Australian Open Ski Relay. Avoca Beach, ladies and gentlemen, take a bow. That
huge.
Absolute masterclass.
Oh, and here we go. How much of a sprint are we going to see? Newport in 3 and 4. Mackenzie Heiner there from Northcliffe Team A coming through for second. Newport in 4, 5. And how's that? Khan Karadag pushing in there as well, bringing Northcliffe Team number 2. And there we go, North Bondi coming through, Redhead as well. That was an absolute stellar field. Have a look at what we've got coming as well through. And as you said, they know they're not in the top 6. They know they're not on the podium, but the sprint is on for these boys as they come through now, just to sort out the rest of the field.
And with these minor placings there, some of these guys may be in the B or C team. So it's not just about this last leg. It's also about showing the coaches that you are going to put in for the team, that we can still finish and, trying to, I guess, maximise and keep all these skills we're trying to perfect in an event like this where perfection is the only thing that is going to get you across the line.
Well,
and this is fantastic.
No room for mistakes at all.
Speaking of perfection, we've got the guys from Avoca down with Montana.
Thanks, guys. Yeah, I've got Riley Fitzsimmons here, who's just taken out the final leg of the open ski relay. Riley, how does it feel?
Oh, amazing. I was really, really nervous before my leg then. That was a super tight field. All the clubs have got really strong teams, so it was so uncertain how we'd go in that last leg. But
And let's talk about the calibre of the athletes in this race. We've got 4 Olympians, including yourself, Riley, 4 Olympians in this ski relay. The calibre of the race is just incredible.
Yeah, it's really it's outstanding. I feel like I've been in these ski relays for a while now, and they don't get any easier. It's tough every single year, and I'm only as good as these 2 guys. They set us up, so yeah, it's awesome to come away with the gold.
And let's talk about the start and the second legs. They were just insane. It was neck and neck. What were you thinking going out there?
Oh, you have to trust your team. It's tricky out there. It's flat. It's lucky but unlucky. There's walls of water. So it was not about bleeding. It was just about keeping in touch, and hoping that the right things happen at the end, which they did. So it was awesome.
And now I've also just heard that 3 out of the 4 years you guys have taken out this race. So that makes it 4 years. 4?
That's our 4. We've never been beaten at Aussies.
You've never been beaten at Aussies. Well, there you go. That's 4 gold medals in the open ski relay for the Avoca boys. Tell me how that's going to feel to take 4 now.
Feels unreal. It just feels unreal to be here, be racing after the year that we've all had. I know for me personally, it was sort of only a couple of weeks ago before I 100% committed to being here. Trained all year, but coronavirus and so on, just not being sure. So it just feels unreal to be here and then come away with a gold too. So.
Well, I'm sure you're bloody glad that you actually made it for the Aussies this year. That's right. Yeah. Well, congratulations, boys, and can't wait to see the rest of it.
Thanks. Cheers.
Thanks.
Fellas, good team. Unbelievable.